Welcome back. Now for your 5-day weather forecast, we go outside to Matthew LaRue.
It's another beautiful day out here in the Humber Arboretum. The leaves are slowly starting to change colors, and it's expected to warm up to 17 degrees today. Tomorrow we're looking at a high of 21, and the warm temperatures should stick around through the weekend. Let's take a look at your 5-day forecast. A string of clear days ahead. On Saturday we're expecting a high of 25 degrees with a low of 12. On Sunday it'll be 24 with a low of 14. And on Thanksgiving Monday it'll be 21 degrees with a low of 13. That's it for me. Now back to you guys in the studio.
Former Alaskan Governor Sarah Palin will not be running for U.S. presidency in 2012. Palin made the announcement in a letter to her supporters. In a YouTube video, Palin says, "You don't need an office or title to make a difference." Palin saw a steady decline in the polls prior to the announcement.
The streets of Athens have erupted into violence once again during protests against the government's austerity measures. Police used tear gas to restrain angry demonstrators who threw stones and other objects at police. Union and public sector workers went on strike after the government announced measures that could lead to the layoff of 30,000 people.
A suicide car bomb in Mogadishu, Somalia has killed more than 100 people. The group responsible for the attacks is Al-Shabaab, who promised more attacks. The United Nations says the attack killed many of Somalia's bright students. Al-Shabaab targeted students before, including an attack on graduation ceremonies for medical students back in 2009. Somalia is suffering from the most devastating famine in 60 years, which has claimed the lives of 29,000 children. Canadians have contributed $70 million in famine relief. Harper's government will match that contribution dollar for dollar.
And now with your sports news, here's Matthew Smith.
Hello everyone, here's your sports update. In women's soccer, the Humber Hawks swept Redeemer with a whopping 11-0 win. The Hawks have an undefeated season with a 5-game win streak. Hawks midfielder Brittany Serbakow says she's hopeful that the Hawks will go for another OCAA championship title.
I'm pretty hopeful for that. I'm pretty sure we do. We have a really good squad this year, and every year it just keeps better and better.
In Humber Golf, Mark Hoffman took home a gold medal and Adrian Cord scored a silver at the OCAA championships at St. Lawrence, Cornwall. In the NHL, Leaf Nation is gearing up for their season opener with a tailgate party this evening at Maple Leaf Square. Leafs alumni Wendell Clark and Darcy Tucker are set to make an appearance. Rock band Crash Karma is taking the stage. The Leafs host the Habs tonight for the ACC for the season opener. Forward Leaf Tim Connolly was placed on injury reserve again yesterday with an upper body injury. Connolly has been plagued with injuries the past 4 seasons, where he played a low average of 60 games per season. Sidney Crosby is practicing with the Pittsburgh Penguins in Vancouver. However, he still isn't cleared to play full contact. Crosby suffered a concussion last January. In MLB playoff action, St. Louis third baseman David Freese homered, doubled, and drove in 4 runs as the Cardinals beat the Philadelphia Phillies 5-3. The series now goes to a deciding 5th game in the National League Division Series. In Arizona center fieldman Chris Young homered twice, and third baseman Ryan Roberts hit a grand slam as the Diamondbacks beat the Milwaukee Brewers 10-6. The D-backs now force a Game 5 and are returning to Milwaukee for the final game. And that's it for sports. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Matt. After the break, we'll get the latest in entertainment from Tom Katuku.